All right, some breaking news. Police in pursuit of a stolen box truck in Malibu.
Yeah, let's get straight to Rich Prickett. He's following overhead in Sky 5. What's going on, Rich?
Lou and Glenn, it's a Lowe's box truck that you're seeing here that LAPD has reported as stolen here. We're northbound on PCH, approaching Las Flores Canyon Road here in the city of Malibu. Now, the latest here is that LAPD has now discontinued the pursuit. They had it in surveillance mode for a time, meaning they were observing it from the helicopter. They didn't have any LAPD units directly behind the box truck, but they were updating everyone as to where this truck is. They have just discontinued the pursuit within the last few seconds. They're trying to get Malibu Sheriff to intercept the box truck, but so they're going to relay the information. Hopefully we'll see a sheriff response here soon. But in the meantime, we have eyes on this stolen box truck making its way through the city of Malibu. We're seeing quite a bit of traffic here. As many of you know, they have had some lane closures here along PCH for those landslides. So it's just adding to some congestion here through the city of Malibu. Looks like the driver is traveling at basic, the speed limit for the most part here. We just now got overhead. We haven't seen any erratic driving as of now, but we are continuing northbound through the city of Malibu. We're hearing this was stolen somewhere in the Pacific Division of the LAPD, which would likely be around Marina del Rey, Culver City, somewhere in that vicinity when they came across this box truck. And we'll see if LAPD decides to re-intercept this at one point, or if the sheriffs will try and take over the pursuit. But in the meantime, we have eyes on it, again, going northbound on PCH, coming up on that cross street there, Ramla Vista, and the city of Malibu.
Well, Rich, the great thing here is that possibly if the Malibu Sheriff can get out there in time, maybe they can throw some spike strips down at some point for him. At least they know he's headed north on PCH, pretty tight.
That is correct. It's a heavy vehicle. Every once in a while we may not see a spike strip or, let's say a pit attempt. But in this case, that is quite possible if they find an area where they can disable the vehicle without it, crashing into any of the parked cars here or any of the oncoming traffic. We do still see the LAPD air unit overhead. However, he is no longer calling the pursuit. So we're just waiting to see exactly what they decide to do as far as bringing this to an end, or if they'll just try and keep tabs on it until it eventually just comes to a stop. You can see that air unit that is continuing to circle overhead. We're waiting to hear an update. We are listening to the sheriff frequencies as well as LAPD for an update, see if anybody will decide to bring their black and whites behind here and re-engage the car. But for the most part, it's just with the exception of it being a large box truck, is just trying to blend in here with traffic, and we'll just see how far he gets here along PCH.
Yeah, he's not blending in very well.
Yeah, and he really doesn't have a lot of options as you see him here. He's driving in the middle of the road now to get around some cars, picking up speed a bit. But, he's got the ocean on one side, and he can take a canyon road over the 101, but you certainly don't want to drive a truck like that on a winding road, especially if you have to pick up some high speeds.
Yeah, I certainly would not. And we don't know what's in the box truck, right? It could be loaded. It could be empty. We just don't know. But you can see he was making an attempt there to try and make it around traffic, driving in the center median, now into the turn lane here. I believe that's a red light that he just ran here, or at least the rest of the cars were yielding for the light. And we're just listening to some radio traffic here. Still no black and whites behind this box truck. You can see he has picked up a little bit of speed. We are seeing a little bit of drizzle here in the area. You can see the streets seem to be, a little wet there. You can see some of the sheen of the water that's coming off from the tires here. So that's just going to make things even more difficult if he's making erratic movement as we make our way through the city of Malibu. As a matter of fact, as we look up ahead towards Ventura County, we're seeing reduced visibility and even further rain. So he'll definitely be in the thick of what we're expecting, what we were expecting as far as rain at this time of the afternoon. And traffic thinning out just a little bit here. Well, widen out, just kind of give you a perspective of the area that he's driving in. I believe we might be coming up. We're just passing Malibu Pier here, and we're driving over the channel near Surf Riders Beach, and there's the Malibu Shopping Center there. So fortunately, we're not seeing anybody. Well, we saw somebody on the curb there, but not necessarily in the crosswalk. So some good news there. Hopefully, we'll get through this area here shortly without any incident. We're coming up on Pepperdine University here shortly. You know, he has the option of Malibu Canyon Road. And I see some cars driving on that Canyon Road, so as far as I can tell, it is open. And he's veering off to the right here, so that could very much be what he is thinking at this point here. No, he's going to go through the intersection, and we're passing Webbway. Again, coming up on Pepperdine University here. And as far as we know, the sheriff's department here in the Malibu area is aware that this stolen box truck is making it through their district here with LAPD air units still overhead. Again, we're not hearing any updated information from the air unit as they are no longer calling the pursuit, but they are keeping tabs on it. And it looks like he's, you know, again, he's got that gore point in between or the center divider there in between the 2 lanes of traffic. So hopefully he'll stay on his side of the road, and all will be well as we continue to make our way north along PCH.
You know, typically north of where he is, it opens up in terms of traffic unless it's a specific holiday or a triathlon or something. So he's going to probably have some pretty open roadways from now on if he continues north here. Initially, this came in as LAPD reported this truck stolen. Any word, Rich, on if there's just one occupant in the truck and any word about him being armed or not?
I have not actually. We do not know how many occupants are in the vehicle. If we have an opportunity to get in front of it, we'll try and look through the front window. But right now we're just a little limited with the visibility, as you can imagine, as we're starting to get that rain. You can see all the water that's on the roadway. We haven't heard of whether this was an armed carjacking, if this was just a parked box truck that was stolen. All we know at this point is it is a stolen Lowe's box truck. Stolen somewhere in the Pacific Division of the LAPD.
Yeah, Rich, it looks like the rain is starting to pick up there too.
It is. It certainly is. And we'll see if we will be able to continue following this even further north than we are now, as we are starting to see some lower clouds. But definitely as we get more into the Malibu area and closer to Ventura County, we're starting to see some heavier rain that at first, as we were making our way through Santa Monica, we could only see it on the windshield of Sky 5 up at altitude, but now we are certainly seeing it at ground level.
So if you're just joining us here,
now we are.
Go ahead, Rich.
Well, I was just going to say he's now at, you know, you saw he was about 60 miles an hour here, and he's passing cars here on PCH here easily. So he's definitely still making an attempt to, you know, try and evade any sort of attention here by not only the helicopters overhead, but hopefully any squad cars that could eventually make their way up towards this box truck here. There's no doubt that he's seeing multiple helicopters here just off the coast of Malibu.
So it's unclear as to when this pursuit exactly happened, but it did likely start around Marina del Rey, Culver City, Pacific Division picking it up initially. This vehicle stolen, reported by the LAPD, is traveling northbound on PCH, just past Pepperdine. Basically, he's been obeying the rules of the road a couple times, driving on the median, but the speeds have not been excessive, and he is headed northbound, where a lot of times the traffic is pretty easy out there. The rain's going to make it a little difficult here. We have no word on if it's just this one driver or if he's armed, since it was a stolen vehicle, and it is a Lowe's box truck.
And you can see here he's driving where we had the recent mudslides that closed down part of PCH. There are still some construction cones set up on the road, but as you said, it looks pretty wide open right now. And if he just keeps on this pace, he's basically just going to head right up into Ventura County, starting with Oxnard.
Also, LAPD was in pursuit here. They were then in what they call surveillance mode, where they're not super aggressively following the vehicle, typically just following from the air. But now they have basically discontinued that mode. Rich had mentioned that LAPD, the helicopter, is still following, but not calling this pursuit. But Rich is above in Sky 5, and typically it looks like he's trying to pick up a little bit of speed here, maybe.
Yeah, he certainly has. He got through that construction or that work zone there near Latigo Canyon, where we had that mud debris flow over the past couple of weeks, just as Glenn mentioned here. But now slamming on the brakes here, nearly missing a road worker there, which they, at this point, as it's starting to rain, they will generally start picking up, packing up for the day, and they will discontinue their work during the rains. So hopefully the people, the workers up ahead have already begun to do so, as this guy is really showing no signs of stopping and continuing north through Malibu. We should be in the Zuma area here shortly. Paradise Cove, for those that are familiar, Canaan Road, all that. He should be there in just a matter of moments. And just an update as far as who is tracking this vehicle. It is only Sky 5. You're only going to see this from Sky 5. LAPD has discontinued. They are out of their jurisdiction and have opted to discontinue their participation in this pursuit. So we'll see if Sheriff decides to pick this up, or CHP. It would likely be Sheriff's Department. But for now, you are only going to see this here on KTLA.
And it looks like, again, he's got a car ahead of him that's going at a pretty good clip. And he is now passing him on the inside lane, and you can see the amount of water on the road just by what you see coming off the back tires of the truck. So wet, treacherous conditions, and not slowing this guy down driving this stolen truck.
Also, too, we don't know how much gas was in the vehicle as well, and this area is somewhat hilly in some parts. So if it was low on gas, he'll eventually run out, but of course, too, it could have come out of a lot where the truck was full of gas. So who knows? And then eventually he's going to move into Ventura County, which takes him into another jurisdiction, and then heading up north towards Santa Barbara as well.
Yeah, and, as this gets further north, I just want to forewarn everybody that, we may have some challenges here as far as the signal, and we'll do everything we can to maintain the picture for you. But with these low-lying clouds, it could, put us in an area where our signal could deteriorate. So I just want to give everyone a heads up there. But as we're coming up on Zuma here, Zuma Dune, you can see the locator there on the map. It's still doing about 60 miles an hour. It looks like, as far as I can tell, this is somewhat of an incline here. So he is trucking along here, even though he is going uphill here slightly, and about 60 miles an hour. Yet, again, we have not heard whether or not there was anything within the vehicle. We don't know if this was stolen outside of a Lowe's, or someone's home, or a carjacking. We just don't know at this point. And we also don't know whether or not the driver himself is armed. We did get a view of the driver here briefly. We're not able to see the passenger side just yet. We're doing what we can to get ahead of this safely here, and when we can, we'll have a better vantage point of who might be inside the cab here. But here we are, about 70 miles an hour, now going downhill towards Zuma, and 75 miles an hour. So really just ripping down this incline here as we make our way towards a busy section of Zuma Beach. Now, to being a rainy day, I would imagine there's not a whole lot of beachgoers today, but probably lots of people that are still out trying to enjoy the coastline here. And we're coming up on that shopping center, restaurant. Those that go to Zuma Beach have seen it many times, and still staying on his side of the road. So hopefully we don't intercept much traffic, as this person has shown that he'll drive into the center lanes to try and avoid some of that traffic. And we're still seeing some lots of rain up ahead here. No signs of the Sheriff's Department. However, as we mentioned before, they are aware that this stolen box truck is making its way through the city of Malibu.
Rich, any idea on why they would have gone into surveillance mode or discontinued the pursuit, and now that, even that the sheriffs haven't shown up, even though they know about it. Just an easy vehicle to watch.
You know, we've started to see this happen more often within the last, I would say, especially the last year or so, where the LAPD and the Sheriff's Department have just opted not to actively pursue some of these vehicles. You know, they believe that this person, they may have reason to believe that this person is, you know, just better off calming down, and they will eventually be able to catch up to it at a later time. They just not as, I guess, as diligent as far as chasing stolen vehicles. You know, oftentimes they're driving recklessly, and it's just not worth the danger to the public here. And eventually, if this guy were to crash or, you know, get out and bail in a foot bail and run in somewhere, then maybe they would respond for a perimeter and try and take him into custody at that point. But, you know, we have seen this happen more and more often. As a matter of fact, we were covering a pursuit a couple of weeks ago in the morning in the Pacoima area. And it was Mike Case and I, and we actually heard from one of the LAPD units. They said, well, we're just not chasing stolen vehicles any longer. I don't know if that's policy, if that's actual fact, but that was something that we did hear over that pursuit. So I was slightly surprised when I heard they were tracking this vehicle, but here we are. They have opted to back off. Again, this is going through the sheriff district here, so I think they would prefer to just hand it off to the local jurisdiction if they can. But Lou and Glenn, take a look there. You're starting to see some of that runoff from the rains already here pouring out onto PCH. Now, we have seen a closure. They're working on shoring up the Pacific Coast Highway up near Zuma Rock. So if they are indeed working there, we're going to be reduced down to at least 2 lanes there. They were doing the rotating traffic, you know, sharing the same side of the road and taking turns, allowing traffic through. So we're not too far from where that might be. Hopefully we can maintain a signal. As a matter of fact, my IFB hearing you guys is kind of in and out, so I apologize if I'm interrupting you or not hearing all your questions here. But we are coming up now on Broad Beach here in the city of Malibu.
You actually sound great, Rich. We can hear you loud and clear, so that's good. Yeah, and you know, this guy doesn't really seem, it's not like dangerous right now. He's not like driving excessive speeds or swerving or doing anything too crazy. But these kind of pursuits, when it happens like this, I mean, how many times have we followed the pursuit and they're going like 25 miles an hour for like 3 hours? That's happened sometimes as well.
Yeah, those are rough ones to watch. So you're talking about this construction zone coming up. Would it be a good strategy to maybe lay a spike strip there, because he's not going to have many options?
Glenn, if that was for Sky 5, you know, as far as a spike strip, especially with the rain and just being a narrow highway opposing traffic, I don't know if that would be ideal for them. However, we've yet to see any response here, continued response here from LAPD or the Sheriff's Department. So at this point, they're really just letting this guy go, and possibly they'll catch up to him at a later date.
All right, it's 11:56 now. This pursuit, we jumped on it about 25 minutes or so ago. We're northbound PCH, stolen box truck from Lowe's. We think just maybe one driver inside, but that still has not been confirmed. Surveillance mode for a little while by LAPD. They've even pulled back more, and so Sky 5 and also LAPD above following this box truck. Not going too quick here, 50 miles an hour in the rain though, which can be dangerous. We were thinking that Malibu Sheriff may pick this up, but we haven't seen any units from either jurisdiction.
And, you know, very wet roads and, you know, and passing a lot of cars. So there, you know, there's a danger of somebody, you know, getting hurt by the actions of this driver. But, you know, the one positive, if it may be safe just to keep this on PCH as long as possible. But you got to wonder at what point will law enforcement pick this up again and try to try to apprehend this the driver of this stolen box truck.
For some reason, he's picking up a little bit of speed here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he's about 70 miles an hour. As you can imagine, it's above the speed limit here for PCH, and really just not a good idea here in the rain as we continue north along PCH, coming up on Nichols Beach, and I'll widen out here, just kind of show you the vantage point up ahead of him, what he's looking at, and there's virtually not a whole lot of cars here as we travel along this stretch of PCH. Again, we don't have any authority as far as PD helicopters or sheriff helicopters. I misspoke earlier. There are other helicopters that are overhead aside from Sky 5, but as far as the LAPD and the Sheriff's Department, they are no longer tracking this, and hopefully this box truck here is willing to stay on his side of the road here, especially along PCH. We're still trying to find out whether or not this truck was, where this truck may have been stolen, whether or not they believe it was loaded, and if they know anything about the suspect who is continuing to drive this stolen box truck. We did not see anybody in the passenger seat when we had a quick view of the front. However, I cannot confirm whether or not he is the sole occupant of that box truck. And we're just looking up ahead here to see if we're seeing any road closures. I'm not seeing any just yet. But you can start to see some of that mud and that runoff that's starting to build here along PCH as the rain is starting to fall here as we reach the afternoon and the 12 o'clock hour.
Yeah, the rain continues to come down there, north of Malibu at this point. If you're just joining us, this is the KTLA 5 News at noon. I'm Glenn Walker along with Lou Parker. We got Rich Prickett up in Sky 5. Following this stolen box truck, it's our understanding this all started with the LAPD down in the Pacific Division, maybe in Marina Del Rey. That's where the truck was taken. We don't know all the exact details on how that all took place, but this is where we are now. We picked this up in Malibu on PCH, and he has pretty much stayed on this stretch of road. Okay. The LAPD has supposedly passed it off to the Sheriff's Department at this point, but we haven't seen any law enforcement vehicles around. But then again, it's pretty easy for them to track the vehicle because all they got to do is watch us.
Well, and also this vehicle has been pretty steady on the streets here and on PCH. And as Rich warned us, we may lose the signal just due to being up there in the mountains. So that looks like that has happened now. So again, that vehicle driving in the median in some situations, also crossing, going through red lights, almost missing or almost hitting rather a construction worker on PCH as well. Some folks were doing construction, probably due to all the rain that we've had lately and some of those mudslides. In surveillance mode, LAPD was originally, they had dropped down to that, and now they are not following them in that capacity, just possibly from the helicopter. But again, as you can see here, what we call, we're in black, Sky 5, just not being able to pick up that signal from that distance right now.